This is Capturing Light, episode number 118.
Welcome to Capturing Light, a director of photographer's podcast, spotlighting cinematography tips, tools, and techniques. Inspiring and educating filmmakers like you so you can illuminate your vision. And now, your host, Gaddis.
Welcome to the Capturing Light podcast. I'm your host, Gaddis, and today I will be just kind of talking about where we are right now, dealing with the coronavirus and how you can kind of get through it with your sanity. And I know everyone's freaking out right now because most of us have lost all of the potential jobs because everything's getting canceled. And there is, hope and light at the end of the tunnel. There's things that you can be doing right now to better yourself as an individual. Sometimes slowing down is a good thing because you recalibrate. And I just wanted to give a few tips of specifically what I've been doing and what you can be doing to prep for when everything blows over. So right now, I'm finishing up a few edits. I edit, like in between jobs, DP jobs, and that's a great way to have income coming in when things may get slow as a DP. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Obviously being quarantined, you're at home, so editing is a great way to bring income in. Um, Also, if you're familiar with DaVinci Resolve and coloring, um, you know, like that's a great way to bring in income at home as well. And um, I just want to encourage everyone out there, if you don't know how to edit or don't know how to color, then now is the time to learn, because you're maybe stuck at your house, and there's a ton of information out there, and that's only going to help you as a DP. If you learn how to edit, then you'll know what coverage to get. You'll bring more clarity to a project by being able to say, hey, well, we need this type of coverage. I know that this is going to work in the edit versus not work in the edit. Um, and then also, too, on the post production side, um, learning coloring and learning how to get the most out of your camera, you'll be able to push your images as well from a coloring perspective. So, um, tip number one is definitely, in this slow time, learn something new, whether it's editing, whether it's coloring. And if you do know how to do those things, then just continue to sharpen those skills. Um, Something else that you can be doing in this time that is slow is, prepping for a project that may be a spec project, or, writing a script. I'm not a writer, so I leave that to writers. I've tried in the past, and I'm just not very good at it. But you know, learning a new skill, whether it's editing, whether it's coloring or writing, writing a script, whether you're um, planning for a project once this all blows over, that's a really good use of your time. And then also, too, just taking this time that is slow and resting. Resting is a huge part of staying in the game for a long, extended period of time. If you're constantly playing, on the field, just constant, then your body gets fatigued, and that can, lead to injury. So having this time where you slow down, where you just kind of take a break, where you recalibrate is something that I think we all need as artists. So I would definitely encourage you to, not only work hard at home, but take a break. Um, there's different things that you can do as well while you're on this break, like looking at your work and analyzing it, looking at it and saying, okay, well, I could have been better, in this way for this particular project. Maybe I should have done this a certain way versus another way. Looking at different shots that you may have done in the past and kind of building a reel from it, or updating your reel, updating your website, Instagram, your social presence. Like if you're coming out of this in a week or two or a month from now, and people are like, hey, so send me your website. And you're like, I don't have a website. People are going to be like, well, what the hell did you do while we were stuck in a house for a week or two or a month? If you don't necessarily have that going for you, and you're trying to advertise that you're a cam op, cinematographer, first AC, whatever. So work on your social presence, because that's only gonna continue to help your career. Um, and really, just lastly, I'll end on this. It's a shorter episode, but stay connected with your friends, with your collaborators, with your family. And even though in the US, the whole thing is social distancing. And I mean, that's around the world because, coronavirus is kind of affecting the world right now. But um, just because you're distant, from someone physically doesn't mean that you have to be distant from them, um, socially. And I mean, you can have conversations online with someone, or you can reach out to someone via Skype or a phone call or Zoom, and really stay connected. Don't completely just drop off the face of the planet, to where, when everything picks back up, people are like, oh, yeah, I remember Les. Like, I don't know what the hell happened to him. I haven't seen him post anything. I don't know about his family. I don't know what he's been doing. So just stay active and continue to be positive. There's so much negative happening right now, and so many people portraying and perpetrating negative content and just constantly putting that out. So stay positive. You got this. If there's any questions that you have for me personally, then you can always reach out to me via my email, Instagram, um, anything that you may have questions about. If I don't know the answers, then I'm sure I can either find someone that does or find you that answer. Capturinglightpodcast.com is where the show notes to this podcast and all podcasts are. I think that's all I got for you. If you just want to hang out, if you want to, chat, then let me know. I'm having some interesting conversations with a ton of great DPs. As I take a drink. Yeah, I mean, like I definitely plan on having a lot more great conversations, not only on the podcast, but on YouTube as well. Um, live streaming some things as well, because everyone's at home. Everyone wants to, continue to have great discussions. And there's a ton of great discussions that I know will come out of not only this podcast, but other podcasts, other YouTube channels. I'm looking forward to just continuing to see where content creation, evolves to over this time. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna, that's as much as I got. Um, yeah, I'll catch you in the next episode of Capturing Light.
Thanks for listening to Capturing Light with Les Gaddis, a director of photographers podcast. Inspiring and educating filmmakers like you so you can illuminate your vision. A Gaddis Visuals production.